What's up, Sabrina? How you doing? How you doing? Blessings to you. What's up, Visha? What's up, Bill Go8? Listen, not y'all rolling on in here. I was busy sending the broadcast out. I did not even notice that you guys had even began to pop in. How y'all doing today? As y'all can see, y'all friend. He has decided to make a cameo. Listen, yes, indeed. Y'all, it has been a busy day. Our declaration, before I even say anything else, is don't let the devil ruffle your feathers. I don't know who needs to hear that, but God says to tell you not to let the devil, what's black? What's black? Is my picture out for anybody else? Y'all, he does not want to get down for nothing. He just don't. Okay, now. You gonna get down? Okay, I don't want suckers. I'm sure he will find himself back in my lap at some point. Y'all may hear, hey, stop it. Don't start that. Listen, Visha, I thought it was just me. Is my screen black for anybody else? It should not be black. Can y'all see me? Can you guys see me? It may be her connection, but it doesn't look black. I can see myself. You may notice a black paneling behind me. But besides that, no. Yeah, I should not be glitching. I should not be doing any of that because I am connected to Wi-Fi. Okay. So listen. Our declaration is don't let the devil ruffle your bow. Stop it. Don't let the devil ruffle your feathers. Hey, Miss Allen, it has been a odd day, a odd weekend. I don't know about anybody else, but for me, things have been a little bit odd. I can't remember what I did Saturday apart from broadcasting, but yesterday was one of those days where I began to notice like, okay, God, things are not going as smooth sailing as they usually go. You know, I noticed even yesterday a little bit more anxiety, a little bit more. I was just antsy all day. No. I was really just antsy all day. It felt like I was being delayed in certain areas and that there was nothing that I could do about what I was perceiving, if that makes sense. And so this is kind of like where the revelation stems from, as well as, you know, certain things that have happened today. Even today has been one of those days where I'm like, Lord, the more I just focus on moving forward, it be like little things popping up back to back to back to back to back. And so I had a moment like maybe about an hour, less than an hour ago. I have this fan on so that these foam things can finish, you know, decompressing whatever they need to do so that I can put the rest of them up. But maybe about 30 minutes ago, and I'm just like, Lord, I'm trying to move ahead. It's not like there's any major warfare, but there are just little things that are happening back to back to back to back to back, like for real. Even weird things like in my dogs will bow, like for instance. And this is kind of where this revelation like stemmed from. Today, my focus has been like putting these panels up that you guys see. I'm still not done. I have some patches, as you guys can see, a little patches that I have to fill at the end. I'm just putting the larger pieces up and then I have to go back and fill in the gaps and different things like that. And so my day has like been a lot like that. On top of it being the first day back with my old coach and just really trying to like be on my A game in all areas. And so what I've noticed is that it's been like at moments where I'm working on this office, turning it into the studio. And all of a sudden, my dog, I have to go outside. And then when we get outside, he doesn't do anything. It's been like that. He doesn't do anything. I mean, just walking around, getting tangled up. He got tangled up in some thorns today, y'all. It's just, he's never done that. It's just been... Stop. It's just been literally, Bo Brady, I'm going to put y'all up. Sit down now. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sorry, y'all. it's just been little things happening like that. And so maybe I took a break from working on the paneling because it's not tiresome. It's just tedious, if that makes sense. It's just very, very tedious. And so I said, okay, I'm going to get up, and start back working on the paneling. All right. The moment I decided to do that, I'm going somewhere with this. The moment I decided, okay, I'm finna go back and I'm finna finish putting up the panels that are ready for me to put up, because they have to let the air absorb them so that they can get to whatever size they're supposed to get to. And so I've done maybe about half of the ones that I have, and I still have quite a bit to go that are not yet ready to put up. And so the moment I did that, of course, Bo needs to go outside. So we go outside. He didn't even peep. On top of that, you guys remember what I went through with my apartment complex, with my dogs and different things like that. And so sometimes, even though I know Capona's protected, I'm still a little bit weary of issues with them, because my mind is like, God, according to them, I got one last strike. I got one final strike, and they can terminate my lease for whatever reason that may be. And so you can just imagine how that can make anybody feel like you really got to be on your P's and Q's. And so that's kind of been how it's been. And so we outside, and typically at that time of day, you really don't see anybody from the apartment complex. Lo and behold, as Bo is chasing I don't know what it was, some type of bug, I see the apartment people pulling around, not to my apartment, but pulling around on the street, the little street that I live on. And immediately I started to get a little bit anxious, right? God, I don't need no issues. And so I got back inside. I promise you, I know I'm taking my time. So I got back inside and I said, no, I'm just going to put my dogs up for right now, because I don't know what that was about. And I'm going to finish working on putting these panels up. And so as I was working on putting these panels up, I heard God say, don't let the devil ruffle your feathers. Stay focused. I'm going to say that again. Don't let the devil ruffle your feathers, but stay focused. I'm not sure what is going on the past few days, with the different things that have been happening, the opposition. I can't even call it warfare, because it's not warfare. I think for many people, it's just the enemy hitting on those little fears that you already have, if that makes sense. It's literally the enemy, knowing what gets to you, knowing what can get a rise out of you, knowing what I will call your weak places of faith are. And so it's just been little things just popping up that are targeted. Stop. That are targeted at that area. And so as I was putting these panels up, I heard God say, you're not the only person, but tell my children not to let the devil ruffle his feathers. And he began to continue on once he said, stay focused. Don't let the devil ruffle your feathers, but stay focused. And he went over into, because I was asking the question, what is happening all of a sudden? Things have been smooth sailing in February. Things were smooth sailing in January. Things have been, for the most part, copacetic for the most part. Of course, there are little things that, areas that God stretches you in. But besides that, it's nothing compared to last year. And the Lord began to tell me that the reason why many of us are seeing these, what I call little triggers, pop up here and there, it is because it revolves around what God is about to do next. I'm going to say it again. It revolves around whatever God is about to do next. For instance, if you know that okay, in this season, you're believing for another job, or you're believing for a job, and you find yourself I said this on TikTok earlier, and you find yourself going through warfare, 9 times out of 10, there is a blessing attached to that area, right? And that is why the enemy is attacking that area. Maybe it's financially, maybe it's relationally. For me, it's just honestly, for me, it has been, okay, I'm starting, with my old coach that I know that he knows how to get me where I need to be. So it's been attacks in that area, but I guess, I don't know how to say it, Holy Spirit. Not direct attacks, indirect attacks on that area. And when those indirect attacks began to happen, it's kind of like my mindset was, okay, I know that this is the devil trying to delay me and deter me from seeing progress in this area. The same way, like when I'm putting up these panels, right? I'm like, okay, God, you had me, create this wish list, and you told me to turn this into what I'm turning it into. Every single time I work on it, something happens. And so when God said, don't let the devil ruffle your feathers, but stay focused, I knew that what God was saying is there's a blessing attached to what I have you doing. I'm going to say it again. There is a blessing attached to what God has you doing. I'm going to say it one more time. There is a blessing attached to whatever God has you doing. Whatever the devil is attacking, I guarantee there is a blessing attached to it. And for many people, it's like these attacks are confirmation because it's highlighting how close in proximity you are to that blessing. Do not. I'm going to say it again. For a lot of people, of course, warfare and what the enemy has been doing, the distractions, the little triggers here and there, it's not just confirmation, but it's confirmation that lets you know, especially for a lot of people, at least for me, it's been like constant. I don't know if anybody else can say that, but like the things that I've been experiencing since yesterday, and I'll even say over the course of the weekend, it has been constant things, back to back to back to back to back, right? The more frequent those attacks, the more frequent, those encounters with the enemy become, it lets you know that you are closer to whatever the blessing is, whatever the breakthrough is that you're believing God for. So I'm going to tell y'all like God told, it's very odd, Visha. So I'm going to tell y'all what God told me, right? Don't let the devil ruffle your feathers, but stay focused. Whatever you are doing at the time of the attack happening, whatever you're doing at the time of the attack happening is what you should continue to do. And it's almost like God is saying, pay the devil no mind. I'm going to say it again. It's almost like God is saying, pay the devil no mind. Like, don't even focus on what he's doing. Don't focus on it. It's like even when I saw the apartment people, God immediately shifted my mindset back to no, you come back and you continue to do what you were doing. It's almost like God is saying, I don't even want you to focus on what the devil is trying to do. At this point, for many of us, it's really just a scare tactic. It's just a scare tactic. Some of y'all have experienced odd things happening on your job. Some of y'all have began to experience odd things happen in your family, odd things happening with your finances, odd things happening with even your business. It's just been odd things happening. And what God is saying is pay the devil no mind. Just keep on doing what you've been doing. I'm going to say it again. Just keep on doing what you've been doing. And I'm going to tell y'all something. When I got back inside and I just, I didn't worry about it. I just immediately went back to putting these boards up. I immediately felt peace. I immediately felt a sense of, I can breathe now, God. I'm okay. I can't worry about it. It ain't nothing that I can do about it. And if you really think about the things that the enemy has been doing, it's really nothing that you can do about these things. Whether it's financially, whether it's on the job, it's literally nothing that you can do. So what God is saying is that instead of focusing on that, instead of reinforcing, or reinforcing the fears that God is ridding you of, stay focused on your assignment in this season. The devil is supposed to fight you. He's supposed to oppose you. And so I say all of that to say the harder that you see the enemy, trying to attack you, because that's just what he's doing. He's trying to. The harder you see that coming should be the harder you push yourself to stay focused. And the question that I always ask myself, even in moments where I feel like the enemy blindsides me, I always ask myself, what was I doing before this happened? What was I focused on before this happened? What instructions did God give me before this happened? And that's how you stay focused and how you weather. It's not a storm, whatever it is that the enemy has been doing. But I definitely asked God, like, God, what's up with all these little odd things happening? It's out of the norm. I know it's the devil. What is happening? And God basically told me, you're noticing all of these odd things back to back to back to back to back simply because you're closer. You're getting closer to the promise. You're getting closer to the blessing. You're getting closer to the place that I have called you to get to. Blessings to you, Pastor Ron. And that's what I have. I'm not going to add nothing else to it. I'm not going to take away anything else from it. I literally just got to a stopping point of putting these soundboards up. I still have a ways to go. I'm maybe halfway done. I don't know. Maybe halfway. Maybe not halfway. Maybe not halfway. I'm probably, I don't know how far I am. I just been going with the flow. I just been with the ones that's ready, just been putting them up. But I still have half of this wall and the other half and the other wall. So I still have a ways to go. And so that was what God wanted me to share with you guys. Don't let the devil ruffle your feathers. Stay focused. Whatever it is God has been dealing with you about in this season, that is your assignment. The devil's job is to get our eyes off of what God has us doing. His job is to get our eyes off of God, point blank, period. And so what God is saying is, even as you notice the devil doing things, even as you notice distractions, even as you notice the devil trying to hinder what God has you doing in this season, double down on your focus in this season. Can I just get somebody to type that in? Double down on your focus. Double down on your focus. Double down on your focus. Hey, handsome. And that's it. Hey, big boy. Double down on your focus. And so that is the word that God gave me. I don't have anything to add to it. I don't have anything. I'm not going to take away from it. If this has blessed you, can you just simply tell God thank you? If this has blessed you, leave them soundboards alone. Can you just simply tell God thank you? And that's it. That is literally it. And I'll say this too about the distractions. It's almost like as quickly as the devil is trying to hinder us is as quickly as God is moving. So I had an incident, and I shared this with TikTok, where yesterday I needed groceries, but it was for like my new diet. And so I waited. My coach took a very long time to get me my diet. He took longer than I wanted him to take, because I wanted to get it out the way earlier. That's needless. I don't even need to talk about that. But anyway, he finally sent it to me that afternoon, maybe like around 5 something. So I ordered groceries on Walmart. I've never had issues with ordering food. However, they gave me like a certain, time frame, which is maybe like 7:59. Needless to say, they did not deliver my stuff. They literally did not deliver my stuff. And in fact, they actually canceled my order instead of contacting me because they could not find a driver. So here I am at 9 o'clock having to go to Walmart because the 1-800 number said, well, you can just go pick up your groceries. I'm like, what? I can just go pick up my groceries? That didn't work. I had to cancel my order, which meant that I can't get the money that I paid for this food back. So I have to spend more money to get the food that I need to start. And so it's kind of like as quickly as the enemy's been moving, it has been as quickly as God has been like combating whatever it is that he's doing. And so I say all of that to say, what God is really showing us in this season is that it's literally nothing for us to worry about. It's literally nothing for us to worry about. He has our back. And honestly, I always remind myself he has our best interests at heart. And so that is the broadcast. That is it. That's the last thing that I felt like I needed to share. Even though you see the enemy, trying to form weapons, God is putting it out. Bogey down. God is putting them out. Double down on your focus. That's literally what today has looked like for me. Doubling down on my focus. Okay, God, every single time I work on these soundboards, here come the devil. So let me go back. Even though I see the attacks, let me just stay focused on doing what I need to do. And so that is it, y'all. That is it. And so if this has blessed you, can you just simply, hey Natasha, can you simply tell God thank you? I know I said it before, but I'm really not going to add nothing to it, and I'm not going to take away anything from it. That is the broadcast. That is literally it. To those of y'all that feel led to sow, I encourage you to label this your double down on your focus seed. Even if you put $1 in the ground, label this your double down on your focus seed. To those of you guys that want to sow into the ministry by purchasing something off of our wish list, it will be greatly appreciated. As you guys can see, I have began to put up some of the items that you guys have blessed the ministry with. These soundboards being one, I'm still working on it. But I am working very hard to get this the way that it needs to be. And so there are still some items that we need. We need a desk. We need, of course, a computer chair. There are some things. And so the Amazon wish list is actually in the description of this video. The funds of what you guys sow today are going to take care of a few items. I know I need dog food, and things like gas. That is where how I'm going to use the funds that you guys sow. And so that is it, y'all. I love y'all. I'm rooting for you guys. I believe I'm about to jump on TikTok just to do a pop-up. Why a pop-up? I have no idea, but it's what God wants me to do. And so if you want to hop over to TikTok, you guys absolutely can. But I love y'all. I'm rooting for you guys. And so until next time, y'all, peace. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, y'all.